calling the Premier's office. Please leave your name, number, and nature of your inquiry, and we will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Good day, Premier. It's Charlene Blake again. So, I'm going to tell you that this will be going on social media, so you may want to have a look at it because I do have papers in my hands that I'm recording for you to see. So, these papers right here, I printed off about 45 minutes ago, and I started reading through them from the Act itself. Now, the minister means, except where the context indicates otherwise, the minister appointed under the Executive Council Act to administer this act. So that means that the Minister of Workplace and L is appointed to the WHSC Act 2022. Not Workplace and L. This act in particular. That's what the minister is supposed to be doing, because Lisa Dempster is given the minister responsible or the Minister of Workplace and L role, yet her mandate is for this act. So it doesn't matter what title you really give it, because it says the minister means, except where the context indicates, the minister appointed under the Executive Council Act to administer this act. That is Lisa Dempster. So, Lisa Dempster doesn't have anything to do with Workplace and L, but she does have to make sure that this act is implemented properly. Is she doing that? I don't think so. Not at all. Maybe she is, but she's not loud enough about it. So then, it says, underneath the board of directors, it states that you should have 3 persons representative of employers, 3 persons representative of workers, 3 persons representative of the general public, and 1 should represent the injured workers. Now, the intent for this legislation is for injured workers only. Only. So why is there a board of directors with only 1 representative that's for injured workers? 1 out of 10 people. You got 1 person for injured workers, which is the full intent of this act and the board of directors for the commission for this act. So, and the general public, I don't consider someone that's like, a huge, role or expert part of the general public. Part of the general public would be me. Someone who's went through it. Someone who's experienced it. That's what the general public would mean to me. And you guys need to figure out how you guys are using the general public, because the general public does not mean people that you're friends with. The uppity ups of the world. They're not the general public. So I really think that you guys have a problem with definitions or reading or comprehension or something, because it's quite clear in this act. If anyone actually reads it, it's quite clear. And this literally took me like 45 minutes. So why is it takes me 45 minutes, but yet no one seems to have done any of this in the last, even 2 years? What are they doing? Premier? What are they doing? So, then it says the duties and powers shall be to establish policies and programs in relation to the compensation benefits to injured workers and dependents, rehabilitation and return to work of injured workers, the health care, the assessments and investments under this act. And then it says promotion of health and safety in workplaces and the prevention and reduction of workplace injuries and diseases. Well, you know what? That's not legally allowed in this act, because that is not talking about someone who's injured. That's talking about before they're injured. So that's not allowed in this act, because the intent of this act underneath section 7.2 is to ensure that the intent of this act and the regulations being applied to provide services to injured workers and dependents. That's not an actual service to an injured worker and a dependent. So that's in direct conflict of the act and needs to be removed immediately. Like, this don't need to be voted on. It just needs to be removed. That's it. And then everyone needs to follow it. Because it shouldn't have been there in the first place, so how did it end up there?
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message. If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery, press 2. Thank you. Your message has been sent. To disconnect, press 1. To enter another, goodbye. Thank you for calling the Premier's office. Please leave your name, number, and nature of your inquiry, and we will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Now, good day again, Premier, because this is all one recording, and this is my second call, so I can continue my message to you. So, where was I? Oh, yes. I'm reviewing this act and the regulations and recommend to the minister those changes that it considers advisable. Well, seeing as how the duties and powers of the board of directors is not actually doing their job, I've actually taken it upon myself to review this act and let you know that the board of directors is not doing their job, as you can quite clearly see if you're following along, or if anyone really listens to this. But just in case you missed it, it'll be on social media, so you can catch it there, okay? So you need to review this act and the regulations and recommend to the ministers those changes that it considers advisable. These are not just advisable, they need to happen because they're not legally supposed to be there ever. Now, let's continue to the fact that all of a sudden you notice in part 2, it says the workplace health and safety. Obviously, immediately, that has nothing to do with the intent of this act, which is for injured workers only. And it goes right away to say that the minister means the minister responsible for the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Well, where did that minister go? Where is the minister for the Occupational Health and Safety Act? And I'm not sure, but I could not find the Occupational Health and Safety Act. So is that still even existent? I'm not sure. I'll still look again later, though, because I was more focused on this today. So anyway, it says here that the duties of the commission, and the duties of the commission says in order to promote health and safety in workplaces and to prevent and reduce the occurrence of workplace injuries and diseases, the commission shall. And then it lists everything to prevent things. I mean, this does not align with injured workers at all. So, and the intent of this legislation is for injured workers. So, the duties of commission is for the Occupational Health and Safety Act, which is not legally allowed in this act at all. So that has to be immediately removed. Like, there's no voting on this, so it has to be immediately removed, unless you're completely dumb and idiotic and you don't have a brain. I mean, there is that. So, I mean, if they're smart at all, they'll just take this out immediately, and it shouldn't have to be voted on because it's pretty clear, right? Unless they're going to be stupid and just argue over stupid bullshit because they don't want to admit someone else was right. But it's illegal to have this in here. The duties of the commission actually should be more along the lines of what the
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4. At the tone, please continue recording. At the end of your message, press 1.
So yeah, the duties of the commission should be more in line with the duties and powers the board of directors have. So underneath the duties of the commission, it should state to ensure compensation benefits are paid to injured workers and dependents as per this act. To ensure the rehabilitation and return to work of injured workers is implemented as per this act. Healthcare. To ensure healthcare is implemented as per this act. To assess and invest into injured workers as per this act. However, again, nothing about prevention and reduction should be part of the duties at all in any capacity whatsoever. However, it should also include that the commission needs to ensure that they have a wonderful communication between the injured worker and themselves. That should be their duty. That should probably be the number one duty, because they speak to injured workers like they're dirt. And that's not acceptable. They don't talk to injured workers and have conversations. They talk at you. They ask you questions. They drill you. They treat you like you are not an injured worker. They treat you like you're a criminal. And that's not okay. They treat you like you're being investigated. That's not okay. They have medical proof that these people are injured.
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message. If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, to send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery, press 2. Thank you. Your message has been sent. To disconnect, press 1. To enter it, goodbye.
Mommy.
Thank you for calling the Premier's office. Please leave your name, number, and nature of your inquiry, and we will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Now back to the communication issue. They need to be able to talk to injured workers and have better conversations with them. They need to be able to discuss with them a lot of things that would help them. They don't do that. They don't do that. They treat injured workers like shit. They treat them like they're dirt under their feet. They talk at them. They ask questions like they're investigating them. And the medical proof and the fact of the injury actually happening is what needs to be paid attention to. That is the duties of an accurate, professional, mature commission underneath this act. What I read here is just bullshit. That's all it is. It's bullshit. And it's literally an hour to an hour and a half that has taken me to read just these few papers and to be able to record these messages for you. So why is it that this stuff cannot be done? Why has it not been done? And honestly, it shouldn't take a court of law and taking you guys to court or any court at all to get this stuff done. It just takes professionalism, comprehension skills, intelligent people who actually care, people who are compassionate, ethical, with morals, people who are not greedy, people who...
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4. At the tone, please continue recording. At the end of your message, press 1.
As I was saying, it just takes people who care. So, do you care, Premier? Does Lisa Dempster care? Does Bernard Davis care? Does the media care? Does any of the people in the commission care, like Melissa Burry, Charmaine Janes, Ann Martin, Sonia Stanford, Sasha Gale? Does any of those people really care? Because they don't give a damn, in my opinion. We've been fighting them for the legal compensation for Dustin, and there's been issues with the way that they have applied that act from day one, from January the 10th of 2018. There's been issues. And it's not okay for this to continue. It needs a change now. And you guys need to stop finding loopholes. Because I'm pretty sure I just showed you in this video how even the board of directors have just been sitting around yik-yakking and not doing any work. So why are we paying any of these people if they're not able to do any work at all? Because this hour that I've done is real work. This is what real work looks like and sounds like. And it's shameful that I should have to educate you guys on what real work actually looks like. I would be ashamed right now to be in this role that you have and have someone like me call in and tell you how to do your job, tell the board of directors that they haven't been doing their job, and tell the minister that they're not doing their job. I would be ashamed. Are you ashamed, Premier? Is any of the rest of them ashamed? This, like I said, this is real work. I don't know what you guys are doing with the time, but you're getting paid for money that you have not earned, and neither have any of them. Shocking. Yet injured workers already earned their money, and that's what you're using to pay for all this, is money that was earned by injured workers to pay yourselves for doing jack shit. Jack shit, that's what you're doing. You're not earning any of it.
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message. If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent. Thank you. Your message has been sent. To disconnect, press 1. To enter another goodbye.
Literally, an hour of work. Will I get paid for it? No, I won't get paid for it. But all these incompetent fools, yeah, they're getting paid for it. Now pick the bones of that one. It literally took me, 45 minutes, an hour and a half at most, to do all this, including call the Premier and do all these recommendations. And which, even if I was the best expert on the planet, I wouldn't charge more than $100 an hour for it. And that's being an expert. Yet we're paying these people $50,000, $60,000, $1,000 a year, $100 and something thousand a year, $300,000 a year to do what? To do something that I can do in 1 hour. It's freaking laughable. It's laughable that we're paying all of these people so much money to do something that someone else who's competent, focused, can do in an hour. Everyone needs to start speaking up and stop letting them waste all of our money. Tax dollars, injured workers' money. It's time for everyone to just wake up and realize how much of our money they're wasting in just chit-chatting and not focusing and not giving a damn. Worried about elections and platforms and all that. This is actually not even a tough decision or a tough job. It was actually very easy, very quick, and not that hard to do once you actually knew what you were doing. Pretty sure I told you I knew how to do your job. and I didn't need to be trained by someone else to do it. And I think I just proved it. Have a good day, Premier.